Hey guys, welcome to another video. Really the first video in the style. I really want to try commentary stuff. I am currently away from home, so I can't really record my commentary stuff outside, which is what I want to do when I get back home. I would love to just go outside and record stuff, but for now you're just gonna get some weird gameplay in the background. Today, it's Lego Batman, but anyways, yeah, so I'm currently away right now, but I will be home hopefully in September so I can finally get back to normal videos, and also get back to my main channel. So if you like any type of the YouTube videos I do here, you'll probably like my main channel. My main channel is where I do Let's Plays, and I stream my video games over there. This channel is more for like my music stuff and all of my ranting and all my commentary stuff. So this channel is kind of a conglomeration of all of my extra stuff. So anyways, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Today's video is about social media and how it's ruining society and quite honestly everything. Really, social media has made connections with people and just nature in general very shallow. There will be times where I'll be with my girlfriend and we'll be sitting in the same room and we'll be just sitting there scrolling TikTok or Instagram, and we'll be sending each other Instagram or TikToks when we're literally right there next to each other. Like instead of doing something together, we will be sitting on the phone, just in our own little worlds, in the same flipping room, and we'll be sending each other stuff back and forth. I think that's just a good personal example of how shallow social media can kind of just make life and just make social interactions in general. I don't know if you guys have that same thing. Like, comment down below if you guys are hanging out with your friends, or you guys go out with like significant others or family, and you guys just end up like sitting on your phone. Like, I notice more often times than not, like when I go out to eat, I see people like they get off their phones, they order their food, and then they go straight back to sitting on their phones. And it could be five, six people at a table, at like a dinner table, just scrolling their phones, like instead of talking to people. Whereas before social media was super big, like let's say 10 years ago, like 2016, you were not seeing that as much. People were definitely on their phones, maybe playing some Subway Surfers or something, but it wasn't as like big of a problem as it is now. Anytime I go out anywhere, it's just on their phone scrolling. Like today, I went out to get some Chinese food. We were all just sitting there scrolling on our phones, and like I'm a I'm a culprit of it too. I sit on my phone a lot, and during social times when I probably shouldn't, or it would be better to connect with people. But I think just social media in general is very detrimental to that. And I feel like just throughout society as a whole, like you just see people walking down the street, just their nose in their phones or headphones in, or just not really paying attention to anything around them. Like they're really just in their own world. Which, if you want to listen to music, that's fine. But like you're just walking down the street, like a busy ass street, and you're just nosing your phone, like stop and like look up, like look at the freaking trees. If you don't really enjoy nature or kind of look up or kind of just take in your surrounding world, it'll make life a lot less enjoyable. Like, I feel like it's good for people to kind of like take a step back and kind of just enjoy life a little bit. Like, I feel like if your nose is in your phone, and you're just so focused on your own world and like your own stuff, you kind of lose track of everything else around you and all of the small little details in life. So I'm not saying like there's anything inherently wrong with being on your phone, but I feel like if as a society we just took more time just looking up, we could be in such better mental mind space than we are. Like everybody in this generation is all depressed or sad or this or that, and that would be mitigated very easily by just looking up and just enjoying a little nature and just connecting with the world. And that's another thing, is like our relationship with like our friends and family is also shallow, but our relationship with nature is also very shallow too. And I feel like that's an important part. And you could say that's goofy or stupid, but I feel like just being in tune with your surroundings is very good. And back to shallow relationships with family members or friends, you would used to like be like, oh, hey, I haven't talked to that friend in a minute. And then you'd call them, maybe go meet up, maybe go hang out with them. Now you don't really see that as often. Now, more often than not, it's just you're scrolling on your phone, you see somebody's little Instagram post or little TikTok, and you're like, oh, hey, I know that person, like it, maybe leave a comment, leave a little reaction like heart eyes or I don't know, something random. That's kind of as far as the interaction goes. Whereas like you feel like you're checking the box by just seeing their post. Whereas, checking the boxes before social media got really big was like, oh, I want to go hang out with this person. Now it's like, oh, I just saw their post. Glad they're doing okay. Like it's not like, or you're not even just simply just reaching out to text them or have a phone call with them. Like you're not even going to that extent. You're just like, oh, quick little 5 second message and on Instagram and then you're done. It's kind of, in a way, it's a lot more shallow. And also like doom scrolling, like you could just be sitting there for hours scrolling. Like I've done it before where I've sat down for like 5 or 6 hours before and I've just doom scrolled. And you see one TikTok or one reel after the other. 2 minutes later you forget about a reel. Like 30 seconds later you forget about a reel. Like it's just a constant drip feed of dopamine that is like one scientifically really really bad for your brain. Again, there's just nothing productive to it. There's nothing good that comes out of just sitting there and scrolling on your phone, except for maybe a funny clip or two, or maybe you get a laugh or two, or maybe you end up texting your friend or something. But overall, it is mainly just, you're just sitting there scrolling and wasting your time. Or like being out in public, like I was saying earlier, like you're just sitting there scrolling your phone. It's so unhealthy. It is so bad for you, like mentally. Like humans weren't supposed to look at a screen and sit there and scroll for hours on end. It's very unnatural for us humans. And talking about how it's very unnatural for humans, it also, going back to mental health, it's just very bad for your mental health. Like I said, I also said this even earlier, like this is why we're, as a society, more depressed or more sad or more whatever you want to put a label on it. This is why we're more all of those things as to where we were 10, 15, 20 years ago, where we were more happy as a society. Now everybody's sitting there trying to compare themselves on social media or being like, oh, I got this amount of money, I got this amount of money, I have these possessions, I have these things, or oh, look what I did this weekend. Like social media is most of the time just a highlight reel of people's like top 0.001% moments. And I'm sure you guys have heard that before, and I'm sure you guys notice it when you see somebody and you see they post once or twice a week on social media and it's like they're doing some crazy outlandish shit. 99% of the rest of the time, they're doing the same exact thing as you, or they could even be in a worse living situation, or they could be doing worse off than you. Maybe they have stuff going on, but what they share on social media might make it seem like they're having more fun, or they're doing more things than you, or they're more successful in life than you. And I'm not saying this to like say you should be comparing at all. You shouldn't be, but you will naturally be comparing yourself to people that are showing off their best, or even just faking it, or straight up just deceiving people with what they think or what they want you to think is their best, comparing to your best. And comparison is so there's no need to be comparing yourself to those other people on social media. There's no need. Compare yourself to somebody else who is doing something for you at the same time as you. Like let's say you're in a hobby and you really enjoy, like let's say you're riding a bike or you're skateboarding. Let's say skateboarding. So you're skateboarding and you're like, I've been doing this for 6 months. And you go compare yourself to somebody who's been doing it for like 10 years. That's the equivalent of like looking at these people on social media. Like being an 18, 17, 16-year-old, looking at people in their 30s and 40s who have absurdly amazing houses or other crazy worldly possessions. It's not a fair comparison. But just with the nature of social media and the nature of our brains, we're going to constantly compare each other or compare yourselves to those people, and it's just going to destroy your mental health. And then there's also other things on there that, like, world news and like all of this sad sappy stuff, or maybe somebody shares something that's very unfortunate in their life, but it's not just one person. Like if you're sitting there scrolling, you're going to see multiple people's unfortunate things. Like most of the time people post about good stuff, but people also post about like their bottom 1% of their life too. And a lot of people just do it for validation, but that's a whole different thing. So you're going to get drip fed also very sad content too, which can also put you in a certain mood or feeling. Like I've had that before where I'll scroll social media and it'll be like I'll be getting the 1 a.m. gym edits where it makes me feel like I want to. So it's like you kind of have to figure out a way to navigate it, which the best way to navigate it all is to not be on it at all. But realistically, you're going to be on social media. It's sadly a part of life now, and back to the mental health aspect, it will ruin your mental health if you let it, and you have to be really careful. And society altogether is letting it affect their mental health, and that is how, as a society, we've been affected by it so flipping much. And also, like, ads and monetization. Like, you see so many ads and so many different products everywhere. Like, the consumerism is also through the roof. Like, if you don't have money to buy everything you want, you can also, like, that's where mental health issues can arise, where you can be like, oh, I can't go buy that purse she has, or somebody's showing you an ad of a $200 purse or $200 fucking jacket or something, and you're like, dang, I don't have that $200 to go spend, but this person has it, and they say they're amazing. Or you want to hop on, I don't know, it's big in the gym community, but you want to hop on like steroids or something, and people are urging you to go hop on that, and the monetization so heavily. Like, there could be somebody who you thought was natural, and they could be promoting some peptide or some steroid or some crazy thing like Anavar or Retta or something insane, and it's like, maybe I should hop on that, even though these things are literally proven to be really detrimental to your body. That can also be a negative thing, whereas like just the monetization of everything as a whole has geared our society somehow into consumerism. And consumerism has been a big thing that's been growing since like the 1920s, 1930s, with right before the Great Depression, everybody was buying everything, and then you had the big ads in the 40s and 50s with the baby boom. Like, monetization has been a big thing for a really long time, but it's never been this big where I could be on YouTube and I get blasted with like 40 different products just trying to watch one flipping video. Like, trying to watch this video, I know there's no ads, no mid-roll ads on this video because it's like my fourth flipping video on the channel, but trying to get to this video, even if you open the app and went directly to this video, you're seeing at least 4 or 5 ads of different useless stuff that, quite honestly, you don't need. Back to the original topic, I'm gonna keep reeling it in. You'll naturally want to buy some of these things, and the ads are almost in your brain to a certain extent, whereas like they know like what you're into. They have access to your search history. They have access to more information than legally they should be able to. So they're going to send you ads of stuff that they know that you're most probably going to buy or want to buy, which is really scary. And again, that's like another side tangent video, but monetization is just absolutely insane and through the roof, and is also ridiculous in my opinion. The way people also act in society, because of social media, is insane. A lot of people just have ginormous egos nowadays. Yeah, they just have big egos, and it's quite honestly ridiculous. Like, people want to flaunt everything they have, and they want to have all of this attention from people that they don't even know. And it's just a validation, just mentally, it does something for humans. Like, having that validation of thousands and thousands of random people online, it's something humans naturally just desire, and social media gives them the perfect outlet to just let out their darkest versions of themselves so they can reach such satisfaction from those. This again is also probably a whole another video I can make, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. Social media kind of breeds a ground to just show off what you have. It's like a ginormous show and tell, like do a show and tell, or be like, oh, I have this, you don't, or like just fish for compliments or fish for validation. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. Like, if you really take a step back and think about it, it's like you see some post of some person driving, I don't know, like a Bugatti, and you're like, this is cool. Go through the comments, and the comments are like, oh, I wish I had that, or oh, your car's super nice, or blah blah blah. And just think about that person that posted that reel or that clip or that TikTok, and like imagine being them scrolling through the comments. That feeling is what they want, and it almost becomes an addiction to a certain point, because it's a really rewarding system. Like, you don't do much, you don't have to do much to get that validation or that dopamine drip from those comments. So social media just breeds it kind of gives you a disgusting like grounding to be able to like just show off the biggest ego you have. And I'm not saying this because I'm salty and I don't really have anything. Like, there's stuff I post on social media that's definitely like this. Like, I fall victim to this too. Like, I have posts on social media like with me and my car and all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, you got to be able to take a step back and be like, yo, I'm putting this on social media for me. I don't like care if anybody, like, I don't care about who sees it or who likes it or whatnot. This is just for me to have like a recollection of memories online, or maybe just to have my friends see that I'm doing okay, and that's kind of how I look at that. Honestly, social media also just affects day-to-day life a lot. Like, sometimes in the morning I'll wake up and the first thing I do is I just sit on social media, or right before I go to bed I get on social media, which scientifically is proven to be really, really bad for your brain. Or like throughout the day, not so much where I'm at right now, but like back home I would just be on social media 24/7, and it's just not good. Being on social media as much as we are in our society is very, very terrible. And it's not, again, it's not productive, like I was saying earlier with the doom scrolling. It doesn't really do anything for you. You forget about most of the things you see on there. But for some reason, you're addicted to it and you keep coming back to it. And it kind of affects your day-to-day life by that, because it'll change some of your schedules. Like, you'll want to come home from work and you want to go to the gym or go do this, and then you end up like getting back home, getting your stuff ready to go to the gym, and then you just sit down. I'm just gonna sit down for 5 minutes, take a breather, and then you end up sitting there scrolling social media, and then bam, 2 hours later, it's 8, 9 p.m. or something, and you're like, well, I just sat here for 2 hours scrolling social media, can't really go to the gym now. Bam, now your gym session's ruined. Like, it's very unproductive, and I'm not saying everything has to be productive, but it's just there's better stuff to be doing that is better and healthier for you than sitting on social media. And it can just ruin your day-to-day life or your schedules or what you want to do. Like, if you're working on a new hobby and you're playing guitar, and then you look up, oh, how do I play this chord, or what's this chord progression, and then you're looking at the chord progression, and then you end up, like, let's say you go on TikTok to look at the chord progression, you back off of the chord progression, and then there's a funny video, and then you sit there scrolling. So instead of playing guitar and working on something that you actually want to do as a hobby and you actually like enjoy doing, you just sit there doom scrolling. Thus, you're not being able to do the hobby you enjoy. You're just sitting there, just wasting more time. So honestly, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. I know this is like very ranty, very quick paced. I'm just sitting here yapping. There's probably gonna be lots of cuts in this audio too, because I'm kind of just rambling. But honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was kind of informative, and like kind of hope you take a step back and think about, like, these are all of the things that like just social media can like just ruin very quickly. And like, this was a very broad video and very like not very insightful, honestly, but it kind of just gives you an overview and gives you stuff to think about. So next time you come back and maybe you're sitting on your bed or you're sitting in a chair and you're like, I could do something right now. Or, you start scrolling your phone, and maybe you've been scrolling on your phone for 5 minutes and you're like, oh, 5 minutes from now, I'll get up and I'll go do something. Right then and there, put the phone down, get up, go do what you need to. Trust me, social media will always be there. That funny TikTok that you want to see will always be there. But having the chance to get up and get after it and go get and go do what you need to will not always be there. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just kind of sit and think on that for a bit, and kind of just relish in the fact that there's so much to do in life, and that social media isn't the be all end all, and social media at the end of the day isn't important at all. Other people's opinions online isn't important at all. Do what you need to do to be happy in life. All right, I'm out.